Alright.
That's way too loud.
Yeah. We need like an extra... Holy stuff, what's going on?
It's getting even louder.
You're not using what I told you to use.
I know. Alright.
That's the next song. Alright, perfect.
So we need around 60 seconds more. But anyways, welcome to our Twitch channel, Dice Off, where my friends and I gather every Friday at 7 Central to play a tabletop role-playing game called The Age of Adventure. So my name is Chad, and it is my job to kill these happy and merry player characters in the most gruesome and wonderful ways I can possibly invent. And it is their job to survive, win loot, and save the day. Well, maybe not that last one. Definitely winning loot and definitely surviving. So right now let us introduce the players. We'll start over here with Scott.
Oh yes, I am Obadiah, alchemist and scholar. Yep.
Andrew. Short and sweet.
Classist Fall Dwarf Paladin. You didn't give us any instructions, so
I'll just go with short and sweet.
Kevin.
Dayon, human gunslinger, master killer.
Master Killer. And last, but certainly not least, Spencer.
Piff of St. Clastus' church. I am the most wondrous businessman in the entire land.
Nice, nice. So, last week, where were we? Right.
Are we implementing changes?
Yes, we will implement the changes.
Which one? The resolved one or not the resolved one?
What changes?
Yes to the resolve one, where if you're injured, roll first dice 6 on your vitality. If you fail, you miss 1 turn.
Okay.
If you roll a 1
that's
on
not
your
so bad.
vitality, you get knocked out.
What? That's not so bad.
So, last week, what happened was the party narrowly escaped the burning city of Shoreside. After having led a small war party of orcs and goblins into the city to pillage and destroy it so that the Duke of Shoreside could be more easily fisted by Duat. Which, of course, led to the score, Revenge 1, City of Shoreside 0. While escaping from Shoreside, the party was forced to decide whether to fight their way out through a large group of orcs, or to fight their way out through a smaller group of human knights defending the city from the orcs. The party, and by the party I mean Dayon, decided to kill the knights.
I wasn't given much time. And the whole party didn't want to help.
True. We didn't want to murder the humans. Alright.
You guys didn't tell me which side you wanted me to kill. Either the humans.
It was your choice.
You guys were right next to me.
Now, on your egress from the city, the party encountered Rat, the infiltrator and informant of your enemy Rufus, the mafia kingpin from the Crossroads. Rat then planted a tracking gem on Obadiah, which later lured demons to attack the party, and resulted in the near death of everybody.
Near.
Near death.
I was legally dead.
Legally dead.
You legally weren't even a person anymore.
There's only so many injuries you can take in one battle,
What?
or you're just referred to as the Blood Splotch.
Oh yeah, I
Well,
threw people in my spatial chest and
Right away.
And teleported.
as you threw my organ pile into your chest.
It's like, here's a heart, here's the liver, that's probably enough. It's all increased.
The arm's still fighting.
for a resurrection.
Oh, that's right. I got injured. I only got a couple injuries from that one.
So let's see. Who is injured at the moment?
Chest and leg.
Chest and leg injury? You're fine because you died but then was resurrected.
I didn't technically die.
Give or take. You traded your gnomish note
For complete healing.
for complete healing, which is
Although
probably a
you owe
good
us some
trade.
money that was our own English note.
Yeah.
We all know they were never gonna pay up.
They are the gnomes.
And the healing was split between 3 people.
I did not receive any healing.
Do you have
I
any
didn't
injuries
receive
on you?
any. No, worse.
Leg injury.
Leg injuries. So you got 2 leg injuries!
That I sustained like 2 days ago.
In a very,
But
very.
unlock the priest into healing you guys.
We're not there.
Yeah, we got
Eventually, when you get to next
I
week.
believe I'm on
We're very, very split apart here. We have a long travel back.
You're actually not that far away from Wayton.
Yeah, but we gotta carry a canoe with 2 broken legs.
With 2...
We have 2 good legs between 2
You also
people.
have the paladin, I believe.
In the canoe.
Oh yeah, but isn't he
With-
knocked out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because he received serious chest injuries.
K3.
Yeah, so we're even slower because
So
we have the
you're
paladin.
dragging the paladin with your leg, yeah. Yeah. It's just not going to be a good day. So, what happened
Yes,
here?
the 2 people
Yeah, during the battle,
faster now.
Obadiah did teleport several of the party members to Wayton. But Dayon and Piff were forced to slug it out on foot. Now, after walking all through the night, the 2 of you,
Well, the fight happened at like 2 in the morning, right? So we didn't do all through the night. We just went half the night. I wanted to make sure I'm not exhausted because we were sleeping when the fight started.
Yeah.
Yeah, based on your leg injuries, we'll say that after the fight was over, you rested. Spent the next day walking, but because you were so slow, you didn't quite make it. You then had to camp the second night without any problems due to the proximity to town. And the next morning, you woke up and were able to make it there by mid-morning. So that's going to require 2 food.
Oh,
Do I
this
get
is a
crafting
problem.
check then?
You know what? We can probably give you crafting
Can I do
checks.
hunting?
In fact, you guys could also have crafting checks.
Can I go hunting?
Yeah.
Alright, because that might be a problem.
Keep in mind though, when you're this close to civilization, hunting is difficult.
I have 1 extra ration.
Because I have 1 ration.
You guys both have a ration.
Well, I had 3, so I got 1 extra.
I got.
Let's see how hunting goes.
What's the difficulty? Town. Ooh, yeah, you're rolling versus dice 20 when you're this close to town. Game's hard. Everyone shoots
Just
it.
you run into the streets of Halloween gun.
That's my shooting versus... Or,
That's gonna be your crafting skills.
oh.
So whatever crafting skills you've got.
Not very good ones.
Here we go.
Try it.
Maybe.
5.
Oh, missed it. I had a 7.
Well,
So the first night you're gonna have to use your food.
so we're gonna have no food.
The second night,
Oh, I got a chance again. Let's try this.
Man, we must be moving really slow. We're in proximity to a town, and then we walk an entire day and we're still in
actually,
proximity to a-
hold on. Like the first night, I think we already rolled them last week. So you only get the 1 chance. That's gonna be for when you were walking. So yeah, you all get 1 crafting roll, which yours failed. With yours.
Oh. Oh, this is verse, Ken.
Chem. All right. Ooh, that's gonna be a hard one. Hopefully you got a good roll.
11.
11 wins by 4.
Oh, nice.
I got a 7. And what do you want to roll?
I'm gonna try to make anointing oil.
Oil? Alright.
And that's dice 10, so also things 10.
I almost got my second profit.
7. Missed it by 1.
Oh.
What are you going to do? Chem crafting. Chem? Or is that just for your free chemicals?
Nope, I already rolled 3 chemicals. I am going to risk 10.
10?
Risk them all, done.
Whoops.
Oh, big roll. Oh, big
I am
roll!
terrible at this. 10.
10! You got it by 4. So that means 4 of them were properly crafted into whatever it is you're making, and the other 6 are just waiting for next time.
Okay.
Alright. Now,
Do we enter town?
kind of, yes.
What town are we
You
in?
did need 2 food worth.
Our borrowed is.
Well, yeah. we're all out of food. We got
We have to go into town.
So you guys arrive hungry?
I had 3 food. I ate 2 myself and gave him 1.
Gotcha.
I would like to buy a duffel bag.
A duffel bag?
Yes.
Alright, let's see how likely. As long as we beat a 6, we're going to say you've got 1 available. And there is 1 available. You can purchase as needed.
So,
Fine.
what town are we in?
You're heading to Wayton,
Right.
your original hometown.
So we're in Wayton now.
You are about to be in Wayton. You see it on the horizon and you're approaching. These guys have been there for a full day, so they can wander around and do some
Oh, I
stuff
thought we were a
thanks
lot
to their,
further off than that.
thanks to
So,
their
This is the
teleportation.
next town over.
Yeah, you guys are actually only about half a day away, but because of your leg injuries, it slowed your traveling down quite substantially.
Wait, is there a scale mail dwarf sized available?
Yeah, and they can adjust it for you on a roll of 4 or higher. It was a 5.
Oh, okay.
That was a close one.
So I'm gonna buy that.
All right, anything else from you guys before these guys enter town?
How many craftings do we get for the day?
Just the one.
Just the one? No, just duffel bag.
You'll get another one tonight. All right, so
Is the paladin like completely used? Is he got? Did we stabilize him for his chest injuries?
he's stabilized,
Okay.
but he is currently a little delirious.
Doesn't he have a miracle that he can just heal himself with?
No.
No.
Worthless
Because he
paladin.
woke up in the morning.
You know, he probably did.
Oh.
And he probably would use it on himself.
Alright, yeah, good call. So it's the next morning and he's been healed for like 5 hours or something.
Yeah. So he's been walking along with you. In fact, he's probably been the one pulling the canoe along due to the fact
Thank
you've got
you.
leg injuries.
Paladin.
Thank God it's got wheels.
So,
Yeah,
As
it
you
was
arrive
unfortunate
to Wayton.
I hadn't put the wheels on yet.
Yeah.
there seems to be some kind of town meeting going on. People are crowding the streets, and it doesn't seem to be very pleasant. They're jeering, they're yelling, some of them are calling out for revenge.
I would like to put a disguise on.
This is your hometown.
Isn't this where Rat is at?
No, that's the
Oh,
crossroads.
never mind. I'm okay. I will go see what it is.
This is the one place that we haven't messed up yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
It was opportunity.
We should at least maybe preserve one town.
You see a few people throwing rotten fruit at someone who's bloodied and bruised and is currently held in the stocks on a wooden platform in the center of town.
Which one of you guys got in trouble again?
Several soldiers of Wayton are attempting to calm the crowd down, but their efforts seem to be having very little effect. It's almost turning into a riot. In the distance, you hear some people taking up the chant. Hang him! Hang him! Hang him! What would you two guys like to do?
Investigate.
How are you going to investigate?
Is there something, are we like close to where it's at? Like, are we on the edge of like where everyone's standing?
Yeah, it's kind of in the center of town, so you had to walk through town to get there. There was some people walking by, but most of the people were heading
So where
towards the
are
center
we
of
at where
town.
they're at?
And yes, you are basically, you were kind of drawn by this large group of, basically a large mob standing in the center of town. And you're kind of wondering what in the world it is, and plus you're trying to get to, your own house where these guys are staying. And in the meantime, you had to cross right through the town square. And this is the center of the
Is
town
there, like,
square.
a-
It's the pedestal, the wooden platform where this person is basically being locked in the stocks.
Oh,
with his head.
so we can see it.
And yeah, you can see the guy and his hands are out. And it's hard to tell anything about him because he's been hit by so many rotten tomatoes and I guess potatoes or whatever they throw at people when they're angry. And probably
Do we recognize?
dozens, if not hundreds of people are wandering around trying to figure out what's going on.
Can we try and see if we recognize them?
You'll have to get a lot closer to do that.
We'll move closer.
I'll just go to the church.
You know what? Sure
I
sounds
got
like
a bad leg. This guy
I'm gonna
probably
stay at
deserves
Auntie
it.
June's.
You know, we could always come back. Church sounds
I
pretty
mean,
good.
he might be dead, but, I mean,
He'll be there a while.
I clearly don't know him. I haven't recognized him yet.
Alright. As you're going, you start hearing some people talking, just in the crowd. You're starting to avoid the area, but as you're leaving, you hear some people saying, "Ha! Those dastardly elves have crossed our river and attacked our town for the last time!"
Kill him.
Slay him.
I start chanting, hang him. As I
What if it's Jerry Amber?
well, that's unfortunate. I'll have a principle. An elf caught in all lambs, hang him.
Executioner for hire. I start chanting.
Now you guys happen to be in town also. What would you guys like to be doing? You do hear the chanting of the large mob outside.
I will go investigate.
You also heard some unusual yelling and screaming last night. Like blood-curdling yelling, but it was late and you just decided to keep sleeping.
I mean, we're used to it by now. What with the orcs murdering towns and all that.
Yeah. And what would you like to do, Callistus?
I'm just gonna go to the temple and leave a note saying you better heal anyone that claims to be part of the following, because we overpaid them technically.
Alright. So you're going to investigate. Everyone else
Is at the church.
is at the church. And there we go. Now imagine you are surrounded by a large mob of townsfolk.
You look dangerous.
Even though you're technically one of them.
You are the only purple-haired human amongst them.
Don't with the purple haired people. This guy just dies immediately.
Put your elf disguise on. It might work.
Yeah, I have one.
As you're walking into this mob of people, actually make a resolve check. 4. What are the chances? Oh, dice off. 9.
13.
Alright, you enter into this mob of people, and you hear an individual saying something along the lines of, we ought to cross the river and burn their forest for a change. That'll learn them to keep to their side. While you're hearing these people talk amongst each other back and forth, trying to figure out what exactly has been going on, you happen to see Piff in the group going, "Hang him! Hang him! Hang him!" Then he turns to start walking towards the temple. What would you like to do?
Piff! Whoa.
Who are they hanging?
I don't know, but it's an elf I heard, so I think they should hang him.
Well, 90% of the time, yes, I would agree with you. I would like to walk up there and investigate this elf to see if I recognize the
They're
elf.
walking together. So we
Ain't no elf, no friend of mine.
Or maybe it's not even an elf. Maybe it's just a weird-looking human.
Alright,
Just like you.
so you're going to try and move through the crowd to get a better look at him?
Yeah.
You can't get close enough to get a good enough view, but you can, when you get closer, you can definitely tell it is an elf in the stalks. But his face is so covered with rotting fruit, and
You
well,
want a boost? So you can see better?
you don't think you recognize him, but you're not sure.
Yeah, I would like to get closer.
I'll grab him and put him on my shoulder so we can see better.
Alright, you're able to get all the way up to the base of the platform, and there's some guards there that stop you from actually climbing up on the platform. They're like, "You there! Stand back! Stand back!"
Could you wipe his face for me? I want to see the pain and his expression. It's a little dirty.
He takes a glance up at him and just glances back at you, and he's like, so if we were to imagine this, the platform is completely bare, and it's approximately maybe 10 feet by 10 feet, and the guards are standing at the base of the platform. So for him to go and wipe the face, you'd have to climb up on the platform.
Is there a bucket of water nearby?
A bucket of water nearby. Not near, but you can see there's probably a bucket on the far side of the town square. It's not so much a bucket as it is a bucket sitting next to a horse trough.
How difficult would it be to get over there and fill
Not
it?
difficult, just take time to walk over.
Alright, I'll go grab it and bring it back, and then hand it to the guard.
In the meantime, what are you guys doing?
I'll keep going to the church. I got a real bad
Yeah.
back pain.
These guys just...
on a broken
we'll
leg
just,
for like 2 days.
I'd really like to get rid of my chest and leg injury. It'd be really big help.
Alright, he'll come with you just so that your canoe is safe.
Oh, thanks.
So you guys are all at the,
Yes, we do.
yeah, on the umbrellas. Alright, eventually you get your bucket, fill it with the horse trough water, walk back.
Throw this in his face!
The guy's like, I'm not throwing it in his face. If you want to, you can go up there and throw it in his face.
Okay.
That gets me closer. Alright, yeah, you go up there, splash it on his face.
Is he less dirty now?
Yeah, he's less dirty. You don't recognize the elf at all.
Oh.
That was the old-
Alright, I'll walk away. No, thought I might have known you, but I don't.
Alright, well.
Oh, do we get healed?
Yes, we'll have you get healed.
Off the banknote? Or
Yeah, off the banknote.
Well, we're gonna see, since, what are the chances you get there at the same time he gets there? Oh boy, this is gonna be some sort of luck
What?
roll.
Clestis did go the opposite direction of Scott, and we were talking Scott for a while.
That's true. I'll give you a dice. What's your cunning?
Dice 4.
Dice 4, that's fairly amazing. You can beat my dice 8.
What?
You are so going to
I
be
was really
there.
hoping it'd be like a dice 6.
I mean, I left before them, though.
He never went straight to the crowd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess you're a wanderer, though, apparently.
I guess.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
3.
Unfortunate.
Oh my gosh.
You arrive there. You write your note. You hand it to the priest. And the priest looks at this note. He's like, "Oh, what is this?"
There's just some party members that we're expecting in town. That banknote should cover them.
All right, roll your persuasive abilities with your cunning.
You gotta be kidding me.
He's not, he's a dwarf, he's
Boy.
not smart.
Ooh.
Wow.
He looks at the note. He's like, "I'm gonna have to go check with the high priest." He walked towards the back. They pull out the note, the gnome note, and they're looking at it. "Oh yeah, 300 gold, plenty to cover it." Tell him certainly, we will. He comes back and says, "Most certainly, kind dwarf, we'll definitely heal your friends."
Can I also get a relic off that banknote too?
I'll kill your luck. He's like scratching his head. "Well, let me go ask the high priest." Roll your resolve.
Resolve.
Or, I mean, you're cutting.
Oh, you said result.
Got that mixed
That's
up.
a 3.
He eventually comes back and he says, "I'm sorry, but we are fresh out of relic."
I'll take it. I'll take one of the 2 if you have that.
Roll call.
One more roll.
I'll keep on going down the list to tell this walks. 3.
He says, "Unfortunately, our anointing oil supplies are low as well."
I'll take holy water if you've got that.
Let's see how they're doing with their holy water.
Oh, is this guy getting extremely annoyed?
Yes, he's now going like this. "No, we do not have any holy water,
What
dwarf.
kind of temple is this?
You are free to make the standard donation and attempt to make your own."
That's like all day though.
Anyways, do you stick around or you leave?
I stick around.
Oh.
I have nothing better to do. I mean, might as well just start making a
Might
relic.
as well start making a relic.
Yeah, I pay them the 1 gold.
How hated were we by the elves?
Quite.
Pretty hated.
You
Extremely.
raided their mansion, the Lord of Evergrove.
Stole the white child.
Killed a couple guards.
Killed a lot of them.
Killed a lot
yeah.
of guards. Took his signet, lordly ruby ring.
To use it in a cannon to blow up the door.
They think that you kidnapped one of their own, Jerry Ander.
Yeah, we did that.
Broke them out of prison.
Yeah, broke prisoners out of their jail. But really, the question you should be asking is, what have you done that doesn't cause them to hate you? That's
Also
the
the
question.
hospital incident, that was pretty
The
bad.
hospital sign.
You attacked their hospital sign.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Good people.
I'm just gonna go mingle in the
Oh,
crowd.
we should make... Burn him! We should just like make another big bomb and just put it in the middle of Evergrove. Just end it.
All right.
So, does our injuries get healed then?
You do eventually arrive, and as you arrive, you see Clustus in the back working away on his relic with his hammer. Ting, 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 sprinkling holy water. Okay.
Oh, they have it.
Ting, ting, ting. You had to make your own holy water to anoint the relic. And yes, they are willing to heal you without any cost, While being healed, you overhear one of the priests talking to the other priest, kind of in hushed, muffled tones, and he says something along the lines of, "What exactly happened last night? I heard there was some ruckus, but I haven't heard exactly." And the other priest says, I don't know for sure, but I believe the elves had attacked it. And they actually wounded several guards. One of the other priests treated them and sent them back home. I guess they even attacked the great library there and started killing some of the monks. Quite unusual. What foul drink have the elves been drinking? The first one wonders. Orc brew, perhaps? It sounds like he's trying to make a joke, but the other completely misses the joke.
Was waiting where our laser was being developed.
Yep, in the Great Library.
Yep.
With the elves ring.
Oh yeah, with the elves ring.
We have 2 shots worth. We have 2 shots worth.
Because you have the
I'm
other
gonna
ring.
eat 2 shots after this.
Oh. We don't actually have 2 shots currently, because the other's with the token.
The second priest, he's taller, long, blonde hair. He kind of responds in an uppity accent and says something like, along the lines of, "Oh, well, that is unlikely. It's been such a long time since the orcs and the goblins have harmed our human lands. I believe it is quite likely that the goblins will never attack another human settlement again."
You guys are terrible.
Bad people.
After all, even if they tried, of course, we have the Rangers of Timbercrest to protect us, and of course, should they fail, to keep those brutes at bay, which they never have, then the Knights of Shoreside will surely come to our aid.
Oh, fuck that. Well, I did hear that the Knights of Shoreside were definitely busy with something in Shoreside.
The priest kind of turns his head. Well, no matter, there's plenty of knights. I'm sure they would send a small detachment.
No. Last we heard
Well, I was talking to a knight, and he's like, "There's no way we'd send knights anywhere right now."
Oh, that's unusual. I've not heard this. Can you tell me why they would not be sending? They are pledged to help us as a dukedom. We are in their dukery.
Oh, yeah, both the two. He's not there anymore either.
What do you mean? What's wrong with the Duke? Has something befallen him?
I think, last I remember, somebody was like, the Duke's definitely dead.
The priest is like, oh,
Yeah, that's what I was like.
what has happened?
The
Has
second
he
time you
fallen
say it,
ill?
though, the second time you say it's not as shocking, but the Duke's dead. It's not so bad. Yeah, I think, he was sick with something. I think it was something like, being his head cut off or something like that.
The priests are like,
Hopefully, I don't know if the priest will get there and heal him or not. Or
I heard something about like demons getting let loose through there. Or
yeah, and
like
then
that.
the goblins and people attack because there's chaos.
wait,
And-
goblins?
And hellworms.
Yeah, there's just rumors though. Stuff
Yeah.
I've heard.
Short-
These
Size might be on
sound
fire.
like fairy tales.
Well, no,
They
send,
might be. They're just rumors.
send a messenger. Sure, he'll return from short sighted. A body bag.
The priest kind of give these sidelong glances and decide that they're going to continue their conversation elsewhere and start scurrying away.
Well, it is technically a Duke of Shoreside still. We didn't kill the kids, so, you know.
All right, back to Obadiah. A crowd begins to cheer as the mayor walks on stage.
The sword.
I was going to be an
Things are
extra
getting
for
exciting.
He begins,
Where do you, what
he
side
holds
are you
up
on?
his arms and he says, "The elves have messed with us for the last time." Everyone cheers. "If it is war they want, then it is war they'll get, good people of Wayton. I assure you that this transgression against us will not go unanswered. I have sent just this morning an emissary to Shoreside. The Duke of Shoreside has a large garrison of knights. It is his sworn duty to protect our town, and he will likely answer our call for help. With his knights and our soldiers, we shall march into their forest and capture Evergrove, their closest settlement." The people are cheering.
Messenger comes
hate
back.
I'm just gonna whistle.
We are the worst.
In response to their treacherous killings last night, we shall seize all of the forested lands north of the Elf River and make them our own. They start cheering again. And he continues on and on and on for a while, talking about how he's going to build a large forestry business using the people from the town. It's going to bring in a lot of economic growth to the place. And everyone's very happy, and there's start banging stuff. The guards are hitting their shields with their swords. And then it is at that very moment he turns to the elf and he says, "This elf will be the one who gives us information on their military strategies, the number of troops they have, where their troops are located, and we shall get this information from him no matter what the cost." It's at that precise moment, Obadiah, you hear the whistle of an arrow. Like a beam of brilliant silver in the morning light, the bolt pierces the captive's throat, and blood begins pouring down his chest in violent waves.
Oh,
Swords are drawn.
unfortunate.
People begin shouting and pointing. What do you do?
Do I know where the arrow came from?
Make a resolve check. You can get a direction and possibly a really good location.
I have no idea.
At the time, you actually don't even see the arrow. You just hear a... You look up, and you just see
Well,
water
technically,
fountains of blood coming
if
down.
you're smart enough, you look where the feathers are on the arrow, and you should be able to see where it came from. But
It's not smart enough.
apparently
He
not.
auto one. So.
Pretty directional. I mean, it's literally an arrow. It
I basically
basically
assumed that the arrow flipped and went in first.
No. Logic.
True. And yeah, you rolled a 1 on your resolve check? Yeah. You didn't even hear the other thing that happened, unfortunately. So you were pretty much just so caught up with everyone cheering, you hardly even noticed it at all until everyone started yelling and pointing, and you're like, what happened? And then you happen to see blood coming out of the elf.
And my first thought is, man, I'm glad that's not me.
And it's like, he's like, kill him, and then Arrow hits him, oblivious that it wasn't intended.
The mayor did it!
I'll look
Completely
around
got
and
it in nowhere.
see, is there a lot of houses in the area?
It's the town square is basically a big open area where people can bring in their carts for the market.
Assuming
And
the shooter would have had to have been fairly
surrounding
close.
buildings. Yeah, what if the shooter would have had to be in town somewhere?
I'm gonna run towards the exit that's closest to the Elven lands,
All right.
and I'm gonna spy.
Spy? How are you
Yes.
going to spy?
I'm going to throw up all clarity.
What's all clarity mean for you?
I don't know, it does, I'm immune to enemy stealth, invisibility, and cover. And, I'm immune to enemy enchantment magic.
And you can see battlefield, right?
Whatever my eyeballs can see.
Okay. So it allows you to see invisibility?
True,
Yep.
True.
So as long as I'm not incompetently blind, I might be able to spot something.
Apparently couldn't tell where an arrow came from, so.
So I'm gonna go to the entrance and I'm gonna observe with that spell up.
All right. You make your resolve roll.
Alright, here we go, eyeballs. Don't fail me now.
Oh,
2!
That's
Better than 1.
Dice on.
Each
Oh.
got a one.
I don't know, I'm watching a squirrel or something. Is that an invisible squirrel? I don't know, I have a spell on the one.
Drops his spell to see if it was invisible.
Walks right past me.
No, real squirrel. Spell back up.
All right. You run to the edge of town, throw up all clarity, and you're looking around for anything invisible. And the only thing you see, you see a bunch of guards running around trying to find out what happened. Townspeople are going crazy, especially because they think another attack is happening. But of course, no other attack is happening. What you do notice, however, is that there is this strange elf walking with a bow directly away from you out of town. And you find it strange that he would just be walking there. In fact, he's not even really walking, it's more of a mad sprint out of town. But it doesn't seem to be unusual because you're looking for things that are invisible. Not realizing that you have all clarity up so that you would be able to see things that are invisible as if they were visible. The other thing you notice that is strange is in the distance the elf runs up to a group of maybe about 4 or 5 other elves, and they all jump into the water. They have one of their elven canoes there, and they start taking that canoe away.
Oh, you know what would be hilarious? If I cast inertial barrier on the canoe to push it underwater.
That would be hilarious. Unfortunately, they're a little bit too far away for the magic to take effect.
You didn't even realize
Yeah,
they were
you
invisible.
barely even realize. You're just like watching, like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, you're
That would've been a
wondering.
prank.
You're wondering.
That would have been a
Worst
good
detective
prank.
in the world. Man, that guy has a bow,
Why
arrows.
are those town elves walking to the elven?
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find my friends.
With arrows.
The reason why you thought it was so weird was because no one else in town reacted on these elves. So you would have thought, oh yeah, if these elves were a threat or dangerous, the guards would have
They
done
would
something.
have.
And the guards ran right past them without even seeing them.
Clearly they're
I
innocent.
think Tiff has more logic.
I am very logical.
Right,
And yeah, they then jump in the canoe and head downriver. So, you don't see, in other words, you don't see anything alarming.
I'm going to go find my compadres, and I'm going to tell them of this weird encounter I had.
Alright, you do eventually find them. in the temple where Clestis is flinging anointing oil towards his relic, which he may or may not be successful in crafting, which we will see at the end of the day.
Guys, I just saw the weirdest thing.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
never gonna believe it.
Do tell.
There's that elf in the gallows, you know?
Yeah, the one that
The
got
shackles.
Stockweight.
Yeah,
Wait, next.
an arrow pierced his throat. Right when he was about to spill the
Magnificent.
beans on the elven army.
Oh, that's a
And then I saw something super strange.
Oh, what? What'd you see, man?
I saw an elf running out of the village with a bow, but no one stopped him.
You go?
Yeah.
No, I just thought it was weird. The guards should have grabbed him.
Oh, hold on, I'm gonna grab you. I'm just gonna kind of like, I'm just gonna slap him across the face and be like, you do realize, arrow, elf with bow, kills elf to stop him from talking.
Yes, but all elves carry bows.
Yeah, that's true.
And the
Yeah,
guards
in
didn't
a
arrest
human-
him.
In a human town. In a human town.
but the guards would have arrested him. He ran right by me, son.
The man, did you, how did you notice any? Did you?
Oh, I threw up a spell of invisibility detection. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
All makes sense
no
now.
problem. I mean,
Well, they
he
all,
ran right
yeah,
by me.
that was probably the guy.
You think? Elven, bow,
I think you
arrow.
guys are missing something. The guards ran right by him.
I take it and I smack Pip across the face and I say he was invisible.
I mean, but how do you know that?
Because he just said he was invisible.
I mean, he didn't know for sure.
But now it all makes sense to him.
Well, I mean, yeah, if I could see invisible people, that would make sense why the guards couldn't see him.
And that he wasn't like sprinting out of town, but like,
Yeah.
it probably makes sense.
He got in a canoe with 5 other elves, and then they went across the river back.
Well, I
to the
don't know the
open-
specifics about this canoe.
Well, we should probably go recover it so you can study it up close.
Okay.
It's very similar to yours, except without the modifications. Because
Oh, okay.
yours
No
was...
modifications. Who?
Oh wait, no,
Thought somebody-
yours was you bought yours, I think.
Yeah, I had an elvish canoe and then somebody lit it on fire.
Someone.
While I was halfway through crafting it,
Did I mention this was an elvish canoe that the elves were in?
yeah, I needed another prototype, so we gotta go find them.
Yes, we should definitely go find that.
Repossess the canoe.
And don't we have someone in Old Holy that can, like, talk to dead people?
Yeah? What about that?
Could we find this said dead elf and you could talk to him?
Well, I won't got any questions for him. Well, would I talk to him and execute him again?
Or you could just ask the mayor what questions he wants to know.
We
We're
can make-
talking about a potential invasion of the elven forces, very much so in our benefit.
I haven't heard anything
The
about
mayor
that.
did mention that he wants Wayton to invade the elven lands and capture him and turn this into a forestry.
That
Business opportunity!
But
yeah,
how do
that
they
makes
find it?
more sense.
See, I got a
really
question.
should question that elf then.
With what army does Wayton have to?
Well, see, Wayton's got soldiers and militia, and they were planning on sending an emissary. Well, they already did send an emissary to Shoreside.
Oh, too
That's
bad for
unfortunate.
Well, I didn't see anyone on the road, so.
Oh, they want to
You
use
guys can take
The
Shoreside.
knights.
I mean the
Yes.
Dead Knights.
Well, some of them.
Well, yes,
I don't- they might. Some of them might have lived.
I had, you know, it's the knights end up showing up here, and you know they don't probably like us.
I'm guessing with finding a new leader, they're probably not going to come from that.
You know, I just now realized how much Shoreside really means to these outlying villages.
It is the one of the 3 protective dukedoms of the realm. There's the king in his
That's
castle
what
in the
you figured out
south.
after you kill him.
Then there are 3 dukes. One is, of
There
course,
really was.
there are 3 dukedoms with 2 dukes. One is Eastcliff, which none of you guys have gone to visit yet. The other is, of course, Shoreside that protects everyone. So Eastcliff protects the whole realm from invaders from the northern forest, basically.
The Furblocks.
Actually, let me just show
Yeah,
you.
I don't think the Furlongs are in the kingdomship. All I ever remember reporting to no king.
So here's
The
Eastcliff,
Furblocks are on the other side.
and here's the northern forest. There's monsters and bad guys out there.
Yeah.
Orcs and goblins have been attacking south. Then over here we have the Orc Woods, and Timbercrest protects the
That's where we were
lands.
gonna go to the Furblug's land through
Yeah,
Timbercrest.
we were burning
Through
forest
York
down,
Woods.
it's all the works.
And,
Yeah.
yeah. And then the Furball country's up here. The other thing is, what was it? And then Shoreside's down here. So Shoreside protects everyone.
And where's the elves again?
The elves are straight over.
You know, that would be a great force to take down. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and you guys were gonna capture this entire place here with your armed invasion.
Side protects them from the elves.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah.
So
they
what
protect
you're
from
saying
the
is,
elves.
we literally just destroyed the place that protects people.
We don't know if all the knights are dead.
You know what? Let the humans do what they will. Let's just collect our laser and go to the Furblug land.
I don't
Like
know
we
why
do.
we're so concerned
Yeah.
about the humans.
Thank you.
They're
I mean, it is your town that you're trying to. They're gonna
Yeah,
protect.
but that's not my
It is-
mom. That's not my mom's town.
Yeah, that's not your town. It's not your town. It's your guys' town. But
Yeah,
that's
kinda.
really.
Yeah.
It's really.
Humans are gonna human. Humans
Yeah.
will do what humans do.
They will. They will do what humans do.
I guess I can cast a spell if you really want, but I don't really care that much.
We
Yeah.
could still
I
go
mean,
talk to the
you
man.
could get paid for it.
I mean,
It's a
well, I
business
gotta
opportunity.
spend money to do it.
How much money?
A lot. Like, how much are spell components?
Like 6.
Yeah, what's
spell
that?
components
Yeah, we've got
to make from
To buy.
to buy. Well, aren't they like silver pieces?
Yeah, I gotta spend silver.
I think there's 6.
Make them pay for material plus label.
I might be wrong. Let me check.
6 gold each?
Maybe.
Oh,
gold?
I'm never buying a spell component.
Maybe I'm wrong, but we can check by looking at this.
So maybe you can just buy sprockets.
Yeah, but no one's ever sold me a sprocket. Every time I ask if they got sprockets, and no one's ever got
Does
it.
this town have sprockets?
No.
Spell component, 1 gold
Oh.
per
Yeah,
shot.
An entire gold.
I will front you some of the gold to do this.
Oh, how much?
Maybe you need.
7.
What are you trying
Okay. He wants to cast a spell.
Is there sprockets for sale around here?
No, not here. You have to go to
Dwarf.
Dwarven lands.
We should go to the Dwarven Lands.
Make a slight peek tool.
Are there chemical materials in town to purchase?
We're gonna need an 18, 19, or 20, which we failed to get.
Why don't you just pour more chemite inside your pitcher?
I poured them today.
No, you did it pour them last night.
No, I poured them
Can
today.
I go pick up a squire now?
We were rolled this session.
You wanna pick up a squire?
I
Yeah,
love
you can
water
pick up a
in the crap.
squire.
Oh,
Can we roll for him?
Yeah. So I gotta roll for a squire.
Just go in the middle of town and grab some random child.
It's like, you there.
You're my squire now.
You look like somebody willing to run into a burning building and die.
You look like you're willing to do all my dirty work that I don't.
Squire, squire, squire.
Please get a healer.
Alright, roll a hot dice 100.
Priest, priest, priest,
This is gonna be for the race.
priest.
40.
30?
30? You got a
Is
human!
it oh yeah, it is a
I
human.
was really hoping it was going to be an elf.
Alright.
I was hoping it wasn't an elf. Alright, priest, 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 priest. Come on.
Doesn't get that.
Or anything else that's healing.
Okay, he's got the light armor skill, and he gets 2 random skills. Roll a dice 8.
Oh, you don't get a class?
No, you go off this little sheet thing here.
How about a priest?
3.
Shooting skill. That's not bad.
Wow.
A gunslinger happens to have a gun.
2. Brawling skill.
Brawling skill. So,
So,
if you don't like him, arrange to get him killed.
or you can actually, or you can dismiss him.
Yeah, and then next time you go to a town, you can get him.
So like if he ever dies or gets dismissed, I can always just go to another town or come back to a different.
town.
Does it have to be a different town every time?
Well, if you go out of town
And then
on
come
an
back.
advert and come back, that'd be fine. But
Oh.
you couldn't just like.
So basically, I can have unlimited squires and just use them as cannon fodder.
Just keep on stepping in and out of the city boundaries.
Yeah.
So I can literally just use cannon fodder. Okay, awesome.
Yep.
I hate my team.
So, is it about
First of all,
time? Anyway.
out of revenge, we murder half a town. and destabilize the entire planet. And then some guy's like, yeah, I just like finding kids in towns as cannon fodder. for like an adventure, maybe, depends if they die, and then I just shoot them and get a new one.
It's like, we're about to come to town. Squire. I just needed a new one.
I didn't have enough money to heal him.
What? You making money out of this? Ain't no point.
No, you can dismiss him anytime you go to any
That's
town
right, it's fine.
and roll for a new one.
So just step
I could even allow you to try and interview other squires, so we could roll for a new one if you like the new one's roll, just to dismiss the old ones. You can keep the old one until you see the new one.
So,
So I can interview so
hey, Squire, set me up a booth saying, looking for new squires.
What do you need? I'm not saying you're not doing your job. You're just not
I'm
doing your
just
job.
looking to see if there's someone better at your job than you.
So like, if I roll like for like a dragon gift, does he get his special abilities as like a dragon gift?
Yep.
Oh, that would be so
Yeah, so
awesome.
he gets all the human skills, so actually we would need to roll for human skills quick. He might actually get some more skills.
Oh, because I think he gets +2.
He gets to roll one random dice, I think.
Yeah, so, yeah, you get 2 random skills. Roll a dice 12.
Does he also get his additional gold?
Yeah, he does get the additional gold, which you can use to buy stuff for him. Actually, let's X the additional gold, because you might just... You could scam gold that way.
I was gonna say, maybe it has to only
Just constantly
for his
get-
gear,
oh.
You can't take his gear from him.
Yeah, we could allow that.
Where it's like, your money has to be spent on using for your squire.
But the problem with that then is he's going to kill the guy and keep the stuff. So let's just go with no gold.
Oh, I agree. Standing one step out of town, shoots the squire, takes his gold, walks back into town. Looking for a new squire.
Gold.
What happened to you just walked down and tell us the last guy he got hit by an arrow? He's not worried
Took an
about it.
arrow to the knee.
Alright, so
That looks
two
like a
more
blunderbuss
random
shot.
It was to the knee.
skills. So now we just do off the same,
Anyway.
are we just gonna go off the same sheet kind of thing for his 2 random skills on like what?
No, we'll go with the human skills, so dice 12.
Roll
Oh,
dice 12.
See what the... Yeah.
Alright. 12.
12, player choice.
Means another one plus shooting.
Alright.
So he's
Cool.
actually,
No, he gets to roll one more dice 12 for the next one.
so
You should name them too.
8.
8 resolve bonus. And he's got regular human skills, so 8 for vitality and athletics, 6s across the board otherwise. Of course, he gets a dice 8 to the resolve, and
shooting.
dice 10 shooting, not
Dice 8 rolling.
bad. Dice
Yep.
8 round it rolling. So you'll have to equip him yourself with your own cash or with your own loot that you have found.
Oh, he's not even
give
gonna
him
give
a
him a squire.
seed.
He's gotta spend his own money on him?
Well, you get to keep the stuff too when the guy leaves. So you arm him with your equipment, and then you get to keep the equipment afterwards. So you can
See right now, this guy is like a gunslinger apprentice right now. That's basically what he is.
Yeah, but he doesn't, you're gonna have to give him some of your guns for him to be good.
Or I can just also maybe buy
I would like to go to the
the
library and check in on our laser.
All right, to the library. Anyone going with you?
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm currently hammering away.
I'll tell the paladin to watch what can do with his loft.
All right, so the two of you head to the library.
Yeah,
When you get there, unfortunately,
yeah.
you see the equivalent of a modern-day police line. There's a bunch of people that are trying to figure out what happened, and they're trying to reorganize the entire library. As you enter in, there's pools of blood where bodies had fallen, and
That
books, tables have been overturned. You see a small pile of bloodied elf arrows that have been collected and then placed in one spot. Several of them look like they had hit their targets. Others are clean, as if they may have missed. You look around, and there doesn't appear to be anyone who is working at least not working in the sense that they're here to help you. There are several people working in the sense that they're trying to reorder this library that has been decimated by an elven attack. Why the library? You have no idea.
Excuse me, guard. Do you know if Hurdle happened to be amongst the people who may have been shot by elven arrows?
He looks at you. Hurdle? Yes, he certainly was shot by the elven
Oh,
arrows.
did he manage to live?
He did live. He did live.
that's good.
Healers treated him. They have him in the back.
May I speak with him?
Who are you?
Oh, yes, I am Obadiah. I had commissioned a contraption of science from Hurdle. We were working on it together. I was his investor. I've spent a lot of money on this.
Don't you even recognize the old people that grew up in your town?
Yeah, and that.
Well, let me go see if he wants to speak to you. He may be too injured to see you. A few minutes pass by. He comes back out and beckons you back. Hurdle says he'll meet with you. He's in the back. He doesn't show you where it is. He just says, in the back. Go through the doors to the left in a
We've been
hallway.
in a library before, right?
You follow his directions and find a room. It's actually Hurdle's personal quarters. And he's resting there. As you enter in, you see he's got a huge bandage wrapped all around his chest. One of his arms appears to be in a sling or cast of some sort. And he's got one of his feet up in one of those hanging contraptions.
Oh, you look a bit worse for wear.
It was terrible! It was terrible! The elves came and massacred everyone! I can't believe it! I can't believe it! They took Leona!
Oh.
Was she here?
No, she was.
Yes, she
Yeah,
was.
she was working with Hurdle.
Yeah, on experiments.
They destroyed our experiment! The reversed cursed potion! Everything! It was like they were looking for it and it smashed up everything and burned my notes! There's nothing left! Nothing! We're ruined!
Wait, what about the baby?
They took the baby as well!
And you had one job, bro. Come on.
It was like a nightmare!
You know, I'm not very fond of people taking my things and smashing up my, companions. Perhaps we should go, have a chat with, the elves.
Oh, I mean, I guess we can. I mean, I don't see anyone around though.
Oh, I mean, in their forest.
Oh, yeah, that probably makes more sense, yeah.
Yeah.
I was a little confused though. I thought, there was one, but I thought you said he shot, so I didn't think we made too much sense
Well, I
talking to
mean-
him.
Some more might get shot.
I hope so.
You know, these things happen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's go kill him.
Anyway, yes, I think we should recover Leona and the baby. I'm pretty sure Grendel would be quite sad if anything were to happen to them.
Well, I mean, it's kind of our responsibility. We got him out of there, now they're going back there. We gotta go get him again.
I know. It's inconvenient, isn't it?
Yeah. Kind of sick running around the elven lands.
Perhaps we should turn it into the flatlands?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we gotta make sure there's plenty of wood still for a good canoe.
Oh yeah, they do know that logging company also.
Yeah, we don't want to burn everything to the ground. It's a lot of economic growth.
Nothing spurs economic growth like destroying the planet.
It's true. War is very good for business.
That's our war profiteering thing.
Well, don't you worry, Purtle. We will recover Leona and the baby and
What?
avenge your notes.
Were you pretty close on the reverse engineering thingy?
Yes, it was basically ready. I even had several potions ready to go for you. It was perfect. Perfect, I tell
Where
you.
was your lab? Perhaps we can recover some of the notes?
It's completely gone. They set the whole thing on fire. There's nothing left of my notes or the potions or the alchemy.
That's unfortunate.
What happened to Lazel?
They got destroyed.
Okay.
No. Ebenezer had.
Oh, wait. Ebenezer.
He's not here. Where Wait,
Where
where's
is Ebenezer?
He was there.
I'm gonna ask
Ebenezer was with Purtle helping.
Yeah.
Well,
Where was Ebenezer at?
Oh, Ebenezer, he's fine. He's got your laser in his room.
Oh, well, let's go down there.
At least that's
He's staying
important.
at the inn. Yeah.
Yeah, we won't have to
He's
use the
fine.
laser on the elf.
My research! The horror!
Get better, Purtle. I'm gonna go see Ebenezer.
Let's see. All right, you eventually wander to the inn and find Ebenezer. Was Ebenezer the one that was creating it? No, he was the one. Can't remember.
Ebenezer was and Paul were creating the laser together.
Together, that's right. Because
Well-
Ebenezer was the one that had the ring
Yeah, he had all the
And the
ingredients.
and the brain. He had all the
Yeah.
ingredients. All right, yes.
I got the skull.
Then you got the skull.
And you got the skull, which was really the most important part. So you eventually find the inn where he's staying at the tavern, and he's happily playing, gambling away in the tavern, having quite the fun time. He sees you as you approach, and he waves hello. Oh, fellows, friends, travelers, back so soon. Seems like I have just started my games.
Yes, we had a nice visit in Shoreside. Quite a wonderful vacation it was.
I heard it's nice down there.
Yeah, it is.
Never go that far
Well,
south in the human lands, but
Yeah.
the beach and everything, the waterfront, and
I would
beautiful
recommend visiting
place.
sometime.
Maybe I'll go now.
Anyway, I believe we had commissioned a device.
That you have, and I have it ready for you. All ready to go.
Excellent. Where is it?
It's in my room. He
let's go
brings
have a
you to
look.
his room, and sure enough, it's all ready to go. It's quite a large device.
Perfect.
Would this fit in the canoe?
It does fit in the canoe.
Can we mount it in the canoe?
Oh, it could be mounted.
I have an
Like a
idea.
portable laser
You
cannon.
probably would need to craft some sort of mount for it, but it definitely could be mounted.
Could I
Put this into the ether.
Yes, you could put it in the ether also.
It'd be very safe in the ether.
Yeah. I want to save the canoe. I just leave the canoe randomly.
So right now we have one shot with the current ruby in it, and we have one shot with the ruby.
Spare ruby. Yeah.
That
He wants.
Yeah,
Very.
watch with the northern.
Yeah, we should go keep the full shot until we have the second shot.
Yes. I will hold on to the device for safekeeping.
Yeah.
I'm gonna burn one component and throw it into my ether chest.
All right. Very well. And the ruby will go with it since it's loaded into it.
It's cocked and loaded. You just press one button and it shoots.
All right, now
Don't even have to aim.
I don't have to worry about losing it or it getting
It's like
destroyed.
Cyclops, like X-Men.
As long as you don't die.
Laser
Yeah,
cannon.
laser cannon was fine, but you do not have the reverse cursed potion. And of course, Leona and the babe are missing.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, and several people were slain in the process.
That's not really that unfortunate.
Doesn't matter. What would you guys like to do? You eventually all meet up.
I'm shopping.
The paladin. Yeah. All right. What do you want to buy?
Okay, first I need to know if there's any calaveras in town to buy.
Ooh, calaveras. Those are going to be more tricky to buy.
Or
If
revolvers.
we get a 16, you can have your choice of a calavier or a revolver, which we did get.
So I'm gonna need to have the choice. Is there one or just two?
Just one.
That's only four way, but
Would you like to make your roll?
Yep. And I get a nice 10.
Yeah, you're using their altar.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the church here.
And I believe if you use your item, you get to reroll at the +1 dice.
Power tools.
Yeah,
Yeah,
power
I would have left it with him because he's crafted and I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
do it.
If you like sprinkle water, jackhammer. Sprinkle a little bit more water.
The priest will just glare.
All right.
We'll give him
So here we go. Let me roll 10.
8. But I get to view
Wanted
one
a 12.
You can do this.
Yep.
You can do this.
7.
Not this time, unfortunately.
I just wasted a whole day.
I also need to buy some other things.
Don't forget about wasting the gold.
They won't give me anything. Can I ask again?
Depends on what you guys want to do.
I want to go
How long
Wait,
does
you
it
got
take?
extra major components? Not gonna have just one?
I have chem components only. That's the only thing I've been using since I use chem components as mage components.
I want to buy 3 gold worth of mage components.
Alright, remember mage components
I know this is
explode when you purchase them. And so track them separate from your own.
Well, I don't have any, so.
I need a halberd.
Halberd. As long as I don't get 1 through 5, you're good. You're good.
Both the snack.
I get the
On that, I want to ask the mayor if I can investigate the elf corpse.
Where you're healed of all chest issues.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like an actual.
Alright,
I want to figure out what went down here.
Oh no.
the
Stuff.
mayor kind of looks at you. He's like, who are you?
You know me, I've been around for plenty of times.
Let's see if you knows Piff. Oh, he says, well, I mean, we do live on the outskirts of town. Furbolgs do come visit every once in a while, and I'm not very good at recognizing you hairy brutes. So I guess if you say you live here, you must live here.
I mean, don't you know Obadiah, his aunt lives in town?
Auntie June. He's like, of course I do. Did she vote for me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course, Auntie June.
For you.
I know you guys. You're my friends.
Core demographic. Now, what will favor as, you know, a voter, can I see the corpse? And maybe, take the corpse with me.
Well,
I need to do some investigating, you know.
see the corpse. Let's roll your mighty cunning skills.
Alright, I have a dice 6 with 2 data jacks equipped.
Nice. Nice.
6!
Oh, he says, you know, I agree. I think you should maybe investigate this corpse, but taking it with you, I'm not so sure.
6.
Unfortunately, the corpse belongs to...
No! There's no point in doing it if we get with the corpse. So is his head still attached?
Yes, he
Or-
arrow right to the chest, so...
Just tell me about that.
What about the head? Do you need that? I wanna, like, do the lineup and see if I recognize. You know?
You want to take his head
Yeah.
to see if you recognize the head.
Well, I got a friend who knows a lot about elves, and I'm not very good at drawing or anything, so I figured the best way of showing him what it looked like would be just to take the head.
Alright, let's roll.
Bottom 6.
What'd you get?
1.
He says, well, that is quite disturbing of a proposition. Why don't you have your friend come here?
You can't.
Why is
He's
that?
deep undercover in the elven lands.
In the Elven Lands?
Yeah.
Who is this?
You don't need to know him, alright? I'm the only one that knows what he's up to.
Well, could your friend possibly give us some intel?
Yeah, well, that's what I want to know. I want to know if this is one of the leaders, you know, if he knows what this guy was up to because he knows so much. He'll give us some info.
I'm intrigued. I will allow another roll.
Alright? 4?
Although I am intrigued, my duties as a mayor prevent me from allowing the severed heads of our enemies
Alright.
from being...
I consume my fuel tank to re-roll my data jack. I think that's something on here, but I don't remember where it is. Data jack. Yeah. Higher roll +1, select the highest.
I rolled a 6, by the way.
Goes up in 7.
Time rewinds.
On further investigation, you know what? What you're saying sounds too confusing to me, and I have an important dinner to go to. So why don't you just take the head? If that's what you need, bring me back intel, because I'm certain that the Duke of Shoreside will be here probably within the week,
Yeah, I would say so.
with his strongest and fiercest knights.
Yeah.
Full of anger, ready to kill the elves.
Exactly. Ready to wage war against the elven nations.
Against somebody. I'll cut off the head. And then I put it in my backpack.
Alright, as you do so, he kind of looks at you. You seem to be effective at that. Have you done it before?
Oh, I've cut off a lot of heads of some bad elves.
True.
Only elves.
What exactly do you do for a living?
I'll kill elves for a living.
Well, maybe you would be interested in joining our militia.
I'd like to lead the militia if I'm going to join anybody. I don't really follow orders too well.
Oh no.
I like how you do things. There might be a position available for you as the leader of our militia.
Well, there's not one of the elves. We kill a lot of elves.
That can be arranged.
Well, I'm in.
General Piff.
Well, find out your intel, and when you return, we have an entire detachment of troops at your disposal.
Sounds good. I'll take his head. I'll be back soon.
General Piff with an army. Oh, good
General Cardinal.
General Cardinal.
I'm going to end up with the most titles of anyone ever.
Technically, you get
See
commander,
where this goes.
but you can
Commander.
say general if you
Commander
prefer.
General Cardinal Biff.
Just lead the charge on Evergrove and destroy it.
Oh, yeah. And then I'm just gonna walk off and join. Are you guys shopping or what do you guys do?
I also...
You need anything else?
Ooh, actually there was one more thing. So I got
Three explosive mage components.
Where is it?
And did you need anything else, Obadiah, before the end of the day?
Well, I suppose I might go buy expensive stuff, huh?
If you're rolling in cash.
Is there any fire bombs or combustion material in town?
Unfortunately, no.
Any combustion material?
Neither.
Let's go look at some potions, shall we?
Oh. Okay.
I would like lesser healing potions.
Lesser healing potions. Alright, we're gonna need at least a 16 for that, which there are none.
I would like regeneration potions.
Ooh, these are getting more difficult. Unfortunately not. Listed by one.
Crossbow bolts of wounding.
These are getting quite difficult. No.
Crossbow bolts of... nothing?
He does not have those either. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like he has any magical or quasi-magical items. You'll have to craft those yourself.
Oh, he doesn't have any potions?
No potions, unfortunately.
Alright, how about chemical agents?
Just standard chemical agents.
Yeah, are there any chemical agents?
Specific ones. How about,
I think he didn't even have chemical agents general, so what's the chances he has something more
Poisons?
difficult? Poison?
pain poisons?
No, he's actually doesn't, he's got food and wood.
There's like no acid, no nothing.
No, nothing. Unfortunately, Wayton is, it doesn't have a very good marketplace, for one.
How about, like weird stuff like Goodaks?
No.
Is there any metal in town?
Yes, they do have metal, they do have wood, they do have leathers, and other crafting materials. They have plenty of that.
Alright, how much metal?
They don't happen to have treant wood.
Fortunately, no.
They have wood, you said. Let me give you the super obscure one.
Metal's 1 silver per material.
And how many can you carry in a backpack slot?
6 per slot.
Egghead carapace?
So yeah, you can find some of that.
I have a squire who can carry all my
You
stuff.
also have a squire that has an
This is
additional 6 backpack
I
slots.
should have gotten a fruit box. squire, so you can just carry all the stuff.
A squirt, a fur-block mule would be perfect.
I'm gonna drop all my stuff except for my 3 mage components, my necromancer book, and the head off at the canoe, and then I'm gonna walk slightly into the forest.
Do you have armor?
All right.
Or is it broken?
And then once I'm slightly into the forest, I want to put my mage components 15 to 20 feet away from me, 2 of them, and I take 1 in my book, and I cast Speak with the Dead.
Nice level armor.
All right.
You get reroll armor rolls.
Is ammo hard to buy?
That was going to be slightly lower than ring mail, like 6.
You just want standard ammo?
2 to
Yeah, I
6
don't need that special ammo standard.
Right now I bought scale mail, so
With that roll, you're lucky
hopefully.
that the guy didn't
Oh, is
just
that
chase
what
him
you're
out with
roll?
his sword.
Yeah.
The answer is no, unfortunately. They don't even have crossbow bolts.
Wait, they do have one stuff.
Why do we even live in this? They have nothing.
They plan on invading the elves?
Apparently, they must have all got, like, requisitioned by the militia.
Must have.
All right, you have wandered. To get into the forest, you have to cross the river.
No. Oh, like I meant like not the elven forest, like just outside of town where nobody's gonna see me.
The closest place would be across the
Well, I'm not
bridge.
gonna cross the river by the elves. I want to go back to where I came from, away from people, so nobody sees me casting necromantic spells.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I just want to be out of view of people, really.
Well, unfortunately, see, you did say forest.
Oh, whatever.
Closest forest is right across the river, and it's within sight of town. To get to another forest, you have to walk a little ways.
It's funny, the elves will be watching them, looking at this necromancy, the head of their dead companion. They're just going to Bob June's house. So good. And do it.
All right,
Nope.
make a resolve check.
I'm so good at these.
3. All right, here's what happens.
Oh no.
He wanders off into the forest all by himself without telling anyone he's going into the forest.
I'm gonna die. I left my weapons and armor behind.
What?
Inside, he doesn't have any weapons
And my servos.
or armor or servos. He's got nothing except for this bloody sack with the head of an elf. He opens the sack and reaches in and grabs the hair of the elf, but right before he pulls it out, he hears a... And you quickly look over to see, not far from you, an elf standing with his bow knocked, pointing in your direction. Before you have a chance to cast, let me describe what you see. He's a tall elf with long legs and even longer yellow hair. He's a hunter. It appears, or at least it appears he's a hunter by the looks of his garb. He wields a bow in one hand and has a strangely bushy blonde eyebrows. Much more bushy and much more blonde than you usually see with a normal elf. And he has an upturned lip that exposes the smallest glint from a single pearly white tooth. And you recognize Loon, your elven ally, the one who helped you escape the clutches of Zariel. What do you do?
I'm just gonna go up. I'm gonna put the head back in the bag.
You didn't quite pull it out, you just kind of were about to pull it
I'm
out.
gonna just, drop it back in the bag, slip it back over my shoulder, and go up and talk to them.
Alright, he says, Piff, well met. What are you doing out here? What do you have there, and where's your gear?
We don't really need to talk about that stuff. I left some of it in town. I was just doing some initial investigating, and this was gonna help me investigate.
Oh, investigate what?
Oh, some elves invaded, wait, no.
He says,
Yeah.
invaded?
Invaded, they killed some people, and they shot some people, and then they took the Leona and her baby away from us.
Goodness gracious, they have found Leona?
Yeah, I don't know how. I also don't know why we just left her right next door to the elf house.
Sometimes Piff has epiphanies. The pun.
You're gonna have to start having some epiphanies from now on.
Maybe I should do something. part of the short side. It was so safe there.
All right, what do you say? Or what do you do?
Oh, so have you seen any other weird elvish movement recently?
In fact, I have. That's why I'm here. While back at Evergrove, I noticed a small war party had departed. It's highly unusual behavior because they were armed to the teeth. And so I decided to start tracking them, and I've been tracking them for 2 days now. It led me here, and I watched their tracks when they crossed the river. But they did not return by this path. If they returned at all, I had assumed they were still in Wayton. But now here you tell me that they attacked the town of Wayton?
Yeah, I think one of them got captured too, and then they killed him.
Ooh, this does not bode well.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I just got here, like, I was coming into town, and then they were like, hey, the elves. I was like, hey, that elf, not you, obviously. Because he attacked. And then, yeah, I'm just tossed in the middle. I don't really know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on either. I do have some interesting news for you, or maybe perhaps I should say dire news.
Oh, okay.
I believe that, and now that with what you have told me, I believe this is maybe even more so the case. I believe that there are some elves in Evergrove who are not loyal to the elven race. I know that sounds strange, certainly, but strange things have been afoot in Evergrove. Hidden things, secretive and dark. A friend of mine, one whom I trust, Anolian Thawa, he has died recently. Poisoned he was, and it was made to look like an accident. He had recently started asking questions about Lord Zariel, and now he is dead. His death was also ruled a tragic accident. Fortunately, this is all I've been able to find out so far.
You know, us and Wade were thinking that some elves have had some problems recently too. And I think the town's not doing with it well. You might want to get the good elves out and let us take care of this, because the townspeople are all riled up.
That does not sound good.
Yeah.
Does not sound good. The people of Evergrove are also riled up. You may want to steer clear of Evergrove. The patrols have quadrupled since you were there last, and no one seems to know why.
Well, how many people do you think are these different people?
It's hard to tell.
Well, half?
It's hard to tell. I wouldn't think nearly that much. One, maybe a couple. Could be many. I don't know.
Could you maybe get some research on them for me, and then let me know, and I'll come in there and take those guys out, and then...
All right. Where would I find you, or how would I contact you?
We were going to head out to Furblog lands, but...
Dude, was this the guy that had the arrow that he shot up in the air? I think he was. He gave us an arrow to shoot up in the air if we ever needed him, and he would be there. It was like one of the first campaign sessions.
No, I think that was maybe previous characters.
That was the last.
That was the previous characters.
Yeah.
Oh, you got any signals or something that we could, like, I could shoot in the air, and then you could come find me, or you could shoot in the air, I could come find you, or something like that?
He says, I do have something you could use. He digs in one of his pouches and he pulls out this little wooden whistle. If you blow this, one of my order, one of the rangers, will come and find you.
And you're sure none of them are compromised?
Don't know.
Well, that doesn't do me a lot of good, man.
That doesn't, but it will prevent them from killing you on sight, at least.
How about you wait here for a little bit? I'm not doing it. I'm gonna do this, don't I?
I'm gonna stand here and create a comm link.
You're gonna make a comm link? Alright.
Alright. So then I have to make a second one. Do I have to have them both made at the same time to do them? Or can I link, since I know how to configure the first one?
You could figure the first one and set it to general, and then anyone that has Conlink could communicate with that one.
Actually, can I just make my crafting check here? I got a different idea.
Sure.
Oh well. I don't have my power tools because I didn't. I can make 7 sprocket changes. I deassemble a data jack and make 2 comlinks.
Okay.
One for me and one for him. Set to the exact same
Set the
frequency.
same frequency.
And then, we'll be 3 days. I will come by Evergrove. Use this to communicate with me.
Alright. Certainly.
How far away is Evergrove from here? It's like a day?
I believe... Yes, it
Or
is.
a day by river?
No, it's a day by walking through the forest, so it's a little bit slower, but yeah, it's about a day away.
So that gives you 2 days to find out more information.
I will keep my eyes peeled.
Well, and only tell people that you trust. I'm trusting you. It's something very, that thing I just gave you, very valuable.
I am slightly worried, though, about what has happened here.
I'll take
Are you
care of
saying
this.
that the humans may march on the Elven lands?
I control the humans. The humans answer to me.
He's
If
like,
I tell them don't attack, they won't attack. If I tell them to attack, because I think too many of you are converted or something like that, then they'll listen to me.
well, I certainly hope you warn us before
I'll
the attack
warn you
begins.
for sure. I don't want to warn everybody, obviously, then it defeats the whole purpose.
Yes,
I'll warn you, and then you warn the good
true,
people.
but I cannot allow any elves to be slain by the humans.
I mean, not even the bad elves.
Well, until we know which ones are bad and which ones are good, certainly if we can identify these bad
Well,
elves.
then you better get identified.
I mean, if we can identify them, we will slay them before you even arrive. In which case, there doesn't seem to be any reason to attack in the first place.
And you trust yourselves that much? These are high-ranking people. I've seen it in other elvish villages that we've been to.
Well, I don't know who it is. I don't know if I'll be able to discover who they are, but I will certainly try.
Well, just get some general information. I'll be gone 3 days.
Okay.
And then I head back to town.
Alright, he takes off too. Alright, what would you guys like to do now? It's probably getting close to evening. You guys can all make another roll for crafting.
I'm gonna roll chem again.
Alright, verse 10.
Yep, I'm betting 6.
Ooh, good luck. I got a 10.
If I made 3 comlinks instead extra,
I reroll.
Ooh, wow, you still got it. Was that?
can I have made 3 comlinks since I had extra crafting?
If you had extra, and that's what you really want to do,
Yeah.
I suppose.
So we talk about how I need to make a servo suit because I didn't get one. Well, you actually have to make a servo suit because I don't think I'm reading with this
3
anything.
sprockets.
You need some 3 sprockets. 3 sprockets to make a servo suit?
Hopefully you can borrow them.
Wait,
And then I would
I
need
just spent all mine.
you gain the engine fuel?
yeah, and then I need sprockets to add things to it. Oh my gosh.
Can you give him the automatic sprockets?
No.
No. Yeah.
Oh wait, engineers don't get automatic.
Because
sprockets,
he's
that's
not.
fine.
They get a dice 4 at
Engineer.
creation.
Okay.
At level 1, the engineers do, but he's not getting it because he didn't pick in the mirror.
Yeah.
He's getting it because he's just...
I became a level, I got up into.
It's like how I would, otherwise I would get a new spell book every time I chose a mage skill.
Oh yeah.
That'd be really broken, because I just have a million mage books.
I need like 2 more
Well,
to add
whatever,
things to it. Oh my.
Yeah. Yeah. That's...
Ooh.
Start crafting.
Yeah, well I don't even, there's no chem components in this town.
Oh, maybe you can borrow some. He's got a bunch.
Oh yeah, the guy who
Yeah,
owns it all.
no.
The guy who's got the infinite jug of...
If you're given enough time. Okay. Am I still at the temple?
Yes. And if you're going to pay the extra gold, you can roll again.
Okay.
Hmm.
And I still have the power tools in my possession.
I rolled a 15. For you.
Oh, I didn't read comlink properly. They have to be recharged every night. Can you turn it off until the 3rd day?
Yeah. We'll say yeah.
Otherwise, well, that was dumb.
You better be there the 3rd day, or else he's going to be like, click, click, thing's broke.
Smashes it off the ground.
Alright. So, the day ends, you spend the night with Aunt June. She makes a wonderful meal for all of you. What would you like to do the next morning?
Sell this random fancy bagel that I've had for a while.
Random fancy day, where'd you find it?
It might have been off a random knight's body in Shoreside.
So we'll just say dagger. General dagger.
But it says it's fancy, so... I should add a gold to it since it's fancy.
Since it's fancy, dagger. What do we got here? 4 gold.
Ooh.
You want to sell it, or I gotta take the dagger off your hand if you want.
Give me 5 gold, then you can...
Wow. I could buy one for cheap.
But this one's fancy.
Okay.
Actually, that's what it costs to buy it. So if you want to sell it, I'll let you double the price. Because it is fancy. So instead of selling it for 2 gold like you would normally sell it for, you're getting double the price.
So 4 gold. 4. Okay, here's what happens. He sells it, I buy his dagger for 4 gold from him, and give it to my squire.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So now your squire has fancy dagger.
He has a fancy dagger, a halberd, and a halberd.
Nice. Nice.
And does anyone happen to want the Shoreside dungeon key?
So who are you trying to sell it to? Someone might want a dungeon key to Shoreside.
Is there a sketchy side of town?
Well, we do know there's a sketchy side of town at the crossroads.
No, not going there.
You know, you start asking around a little bit, but no one seems to be interested. They actually just start giving you strange looks.
You know what? How much do you want for the Shoreside dungeon key? A gold.
I'll give you a gold piece for it.
I think that's what it was. It was a key found in Shoreside. Neville used it. I mean, it was off like that main night, so...
Oh, the main knight?
Yeah.
You mean the Duke of Shoreside
No,
knight?
no, not
Oh, that knight. Oh, yeah, the commander
Yeah.
that you guys killed.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty difficult.
What key was that?
I'm thinking it was something with the dungeons.
That was the night we were raiding the dungeon.
Was it the dungeon key?
I know, I don't... It was with a final raid is what I picked it
Yeah,
up.
final raid. They get a key.
Oh.
We never found out what the key was for.
Yeah.
And there were no doors that
Yeah.
needed a key. So...
Yes, mysterious key to the keep of Shoreside.
Shoreside Nightmaster key.
Alright, so what is your plan? It is a morning, a new morning dawns.
I get it.
I'll inform the party that in 3 days we will have more information on Evergrove. I went and met with Loon. Oh crap, I forgot casting a spell.
You can do it now.
It's been, wait, it hasn't been 24 hours yet.
Yeah, you can do it again.
I could do it anytime between now and like mid-afternoon or mid-morning, right? So I
Yeah.
just woke up.
What do you mean?
I have to do it within 24 hours the corpse being slain if I want to use spell components.
Yeah, that'll work.
So I'm gonna go not to the other side and cast my spell.
Where are you gonna go? Yeah, I mean the other places is like open plains.
Yeah, I'm just gonna...
To the north and west, north and east and south is gonna be pretty open. Unless you're gonna walk for several miles.
I mean, it's just a spell. It's not like... I'll just get like half mile away from town.
Alright. Someone could see you.
Yeah, I mean, they can see me, but they won't know I'm casting a necromantic spell.
Alright, cast your spell. What happens? What do you ask?
I want to ask him who he works for. Who he really works for. Who do you work for?
Who do you really work for? Alright. His spirit is
Oh, I got roll a d6 because explosive component. 3.
Alright, you begin weaving your black magic. You search through the soul stream and find that particular elf's soul, jerk on it, and suddenly you see him awaken. He listens to your question. He says in reply, what do you mean? Who do I really work for?
You were sent here to take an elf and your child. Who sent you?
He replies, none other than Lord Zariel himself.
Lord Zariel's a white elf. Who did Lord Zariel answer to?
Himself.
Second ridge component. 6? Is it a 1 or a 6 that it blows up?
I believe it's a 1.
6?
Alright,
Well,
He says-
salt man.
wait, what was the question? Who does he work for?
Who does Lord Zariel work for? Or answer to? Or who informs him? Any variant of that is fine.
Lord Zariel works for himself. He is one of the brothers.
Oh crap, I think I killed the other two. Wait, what? The white elves. Oh. I took the hell gem from one.
6?
I trapped the other one in the cave.
Oh yeah.
So just say no.
Are the elves planning on attacking any non-elvish settlements anytime soon?
Yeah. I murdered him. Don't know if he's dead. We ran him through.
Are the elves
Oh, yeah. He's dead.
planning on attacking any non-elvish settlements?
Was the one that
Ah, he
traps
replies,
on him. Mountain traps.
That you know of.
But it was. But then he got out.
of course not.
I
The
thought that
elves
was
would
a
never go to
different way.
war, unless they were forced.
Drop this thing.
Alright.
I walk back to town. I inform the mayor of everything, or not everything, but
Yep.
basically some of the information Luke gave me, and that the elves are not currently prepping for war, but some of them are agitated as they feel that some people in their organization have been turned
Alright.
evil.
Alright, the
And we
mayor.
might need to send a secret party to kill those people that turned evil.
Alright, the mayor listens to what you say and he seems to agree. Maybe someone is... I don't know if we should attack or if we should just allow them to live. I feel like with us being here on the front, we are the first ones to die if the elves were to attack. It would be better if we expanded our borders and gave us some room to grow. Maybe we should attack anyways, even if the elves are not a threat. If they're not a threat today, they might be a threat in the future. Maybe the near future.
Let me do some close Evergrove investigating. I haven't been able to wet my axe with elf blood in a while.
Well, Commander, do what you feel is best.
Yes, I will report back when I have more information.
I wonder what kind of elite team he's going to form.
I wonder who he's going to pick for his elite team of warriors.
There's someone who's
Alright guys, we go to Evergrove, we kill all the bad guys, take all their loot, then we come back here.
Oh, so we're going to go kill all the elves.
All the bad guys.
So all the
How do we
elves.
tell which ones are bad?
I don't know.
Okay, we're going to go kill elves until we kill the bad ones.
So what you're saying is shoot
He's gonna
first.
kill loot. Shoot on our side.
Shoot
Oh,
first,
yes.
ask
He's
questions
also
later.
gonna inform me which ones are bad. Or at least try.
So kill first, ask questions later.
No, Luke's asking questions now, so we can kill now.
Did you tell Loon that he needs to be quicker on the information than the gunslinger is on his trigger?
That's got
Why would I go fast? That's impossible.
Quite itchy on my trigger finger.
In 3 days, he's gonna turn one of these comlinks on, and we'll be able to talk to him and find out.
Okay. 3 days, you say?
Well, 2 days now.
2
I
days,
slept
you
last
say.
night.
Okay. Well, that gives me 2 days of attempting to
And
make
we have
this
1 day of
really,
travel.
really difficult to make healing potion.
We have 1 day to travel. See you in the day.
Okay, 1 day. Perfect. I
And I
should be
think we
able
should
to
start
maybe
leaving now.
succeed.
Well,
We can start leaving now.
me and my apprentice Pack are ready to go. We call him Pack for short for Pack Mule. I don't really
Can I
care
work
for
on
his real name,
multiple,
but he's just a Pack Mule.
His name is Pack because he's a pack.
At the same time.
Yep.
It's short for Pack Mule, alright?
All right. So you want to leave today?
Oh, if everybody's ready, we don't have to.
Well, apparently this town doesn't have anything, so,
Yeah.
you know, just nothing to buy here.
We can always try a reroll.
Did some components come in last night?
No,
The night shipment of components.
doesn't look like it.
Ammunition?
Oh, there goes my big explosive.
Doesn't look like it.
Combustible materials?
No.
Rockets.
They just get spot.
I got a magic orb's worth of gold burning a hole in my pocket. A magic orb? I have to switch to a dice 100 for that one.
Those dice 100 it. No,
Dang.
unfortunately. You never know.
The temple all of a sudden has an extreme surplus of anointing oil that's on sale.
Yeah, this is that night shipment from Shoreside.
No anointing oil, no holy water, and no relics.
See, this town just didn't bear with nothing.
You got lots of food that you can buy.
Oh yeah, I need food.
I also need food. How much is food?
Or the impact weapons
What's
change in this.
I got it.
They just do the
The opening?
openings now.
Oh, yeah,
Only two people your same size.
Oh, so impact weapons no longer do impact damage, it's just the opening?
Hey, does your squad even
Any
mix?
hit will deal an opening on it.
Oh, so when I had my blasting charge, now they would have done basically, when it hits them, they don't count an opening.
Rations
Yeah.
are 1 silver piece per 1 ration.
So how many rations can be bought with a single gold?
Any acid in town?
So I'll buy 2 golds worth of rations.
No, and people are starting to wonder about you guys. Like, what are you guys doing with this stuff? You want explosive, acid, murderous things?
Oh
Well,
yeah.
we're kind of good at
Home
it.
defense!
Hey,
You saw what happened to the Great
does Mr.
Library.
Oil happen to
Oh,
want to use
true.
them?
Never know when you need to throw a bottle of
I
flaming
mean-
death in someone's face.
Is it a one-handed weapon or
They
two?
kind of look at you. Yeah, I never know when that.
Well, he might want to
Now
carry
then-
these as a backup.
They kind of walk away
I give it to
quickly
them.
while
If
looking
he dies,
backwards to
though,
make sure you're not following
Of course,
them.
of course.
Yes.
I mean, he's just cannon fodder
Do they
too.
have a
Yeah.
flail?
Unless I roll
Nice,
incredibly
it's
bad. Yeah, they got a flail.
Nice 6 impact damage.
All right. You're gonna rest one more day. Allow.
Well, we just bought in the morning. You could leave.
You could, but I think you want to make magical potions of healing.
We wouldn't even have any leftover.
As long as I get a craft at
We're
night,
gonna
it's
do
fine.
Okay.
Oh, did the paladin get healed?
Ah.
Or is he willing
Yeah,
to
the
come with?
paladin's all right.
Is he gonna go with?
And what about the alchemist? Is he coming with?
The alchemist will come with you. The paladin, I think, is going to go off on his adventure to try and find Timotea.
Probably good idea.
So,
And the umbrellas are gonna go
The
with?
umbrellas go wherever
That later on, that
your friend
became a
begins.
problem.
We wouldn't have just any leftover kindling.
I rarely have leftover chemicals.
Exactly. Of course you would. Of course you would. You got this infinite joke, but never had
It's
one.
got an infinite
You
jar,
can take
but
4
none for
pencil
you.
buckets.
All right, so you begin wandering through the forest.
I have enough chem components to finish my healing potion. If I make my roll.
All right, so why don't we pause to take our break? As you enter into the elf forest, are you heading straight for Evergrove?
No, we're gonna try to take a route that we can avoid some encounters because we got time to be there.
All right,
Oh, I'm
but you're
kinda-
heading toward Evergrove, correct?
I kind of want to kill things, so.
No, we're good. Your squad was gonna end up dead then.
All right, we're starting at 10 minutes.
Hey, I'm kind of confident in